Welcome to In the Glow. I'm Desiree Stordahl, the Senior Research and Education Manager here at Paula's Choice. And next to me, I have the lovely Deborah Kilgore.
Oh, thank you. I'm Deborah Kilgore, Director of Educational Programs here at Paula's Choice.
And today we're going to be talking all about our defense line, specifically this little beauty, which just happened to launch. It's our Triple Algae Pollution Shield. So we'll tell you guys about how to use it, the benefits. We want to take your questions, so please write in as we're going live, and we will answer as much as we can get to. But also just to give everybody an idea of what this collection is really all about, what it addresses, and why you need it.
Exactly. I think, defense is a really great option for so many reasons. So first of all, it's a great entry-level routine for people who know that they want to start doing something for skin. They want something that's easy, not complicated. And the beauty of defense is it's for all skin types as well.
Yeah, that is part of the beauty of it, because a lot of people, don't even know what their skin type is to begin with.
Right.
So if you can just start with some good products that have textures that are going to play nicely, whether you have oily skin or dry skin or that combination skin, just to have a nice place to start, as you were saying.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's really important. And then defense is really all about pollution as well. So, and tied with that is youth preservation. So for sometimes, people will think like, hey, I don't know if resist is right for me. I'm really not seeing any signs of aging yet, but I want to make sure that I don't see them as much as possible in the future. This is a great starting point.
Absolutely. So it's still going to have all of those key anti-aging ingredients.
For sure.
It's still going to have different ways to fight those signs, but you just don't have to think of it as, I've got wrinkles now, I need to reverse them. It can really just be about keeping those things from happening in the first place as much as possible.
And the sooner we can get people started, I was one of those that had to kind of tackle them after the fact, but the sooner we can get people started, the better, because then you don't have to deal with the discolorations, all of those things that come along with it, right?
I wish I would have known these things 15 years ago instead of 10, but that's okay. We're doing the best we can. I also happen to be kind of color coordinated with
perfect.
The products today. I didn't even realize we were talking about these until about an hour ago.
It worked out really good. I love it.
So we'll get to the triple algae. Maybe we'll just kind of walk through the whole defense routine to make it easy
I think so.
on everybody.
Just a good recap of everything, and then it'll really explain how this new product fits into the routine.
So with our Defense Hydrating Gel to Cream Cleanser, this is a really nice, like it says, a gel texture. But then as you get it mixed with the water, it does take on a little bit more of this creamy feel, this sensorial experience. Does a really beautiful job of just getting off that daily grime. So when you think about all the different airborne pollutants that can be attacking your skin on a daily basis, between smog and car exhaust, everything from the ozone layer to secondhand smoke when you're walking by somebody.
True.
All of these things do attack your skin. They lead to dullness, they lead to discolorations, they lead to wrinkles. Overall, just breaking down your skin's resilience.
Exactly.
So when you cleanse and kind of get away and get off all of that stuff as much as you possibly can, you're setting yourself up for success. And this is a really nice cleanser to do it. Like we said, any skin type can use it.
Yeah, and I think pollution is kind of like, sun damage in the sense that we don't necessarily feel it, right? In terms of sun damage, people don't usually think about it unless they've gotten a sunburn or something like that. It's kind of the same with pollution, right? There's all this particulate matter in the air that kind of settles in skin. It can ultimately go into pores, and that's really where it wreaks havoc, including inflammation, and your skin just gets angry. So
yes,
get it off.
Yes. So step one, check, you're done.
And sunscreen. Of course, we're always talking about sunscreen. We love to talk about, we could wax poetic about sunscreen, but the Essential Glow Daytime Moisturizer with SPF 30, which is a mineral sunscreen, great option. And I love this because just like its name indicates, it really does leave this luminosity on the skin.
And this, we're kind of going out of order because this is actually going to be your last step during the day. But in terms of importance, it's probably the most important thing you can do for your skin. As much as we know everything else can help, nothing else you do is really going to be able to have its full impact unless you're protecting skin from the sun damage in the first place and all those other environmental stressors. So there are key ingredients in here, other antioxidants that are going to help with protecting your skin. There's kiwi and licorice and a host of others. But I particularly like this one. And if you guys have watched any of these, you've heard me say it a million times. But I love it under the eye area. So I'll use a different sunscreen of ours all over my face, and then pop this one under the eye area for that instant luminosity that it gives, just that brightening effect. And I need more hydration there then I do the other parts of my face, and this formula is that perfect fit for me.
That's a really good point. I might have to try that myself.
Ooh, I can't believe you haven't already.
Yeah, no, not just really focusing that product on the eye area, but I mean, I love that glow that it gives, so I think that's a great tip.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yes.
Can you guys comment a little bit about blue light and what that can do to skin?
I mean, blue light is really, it's just another, it's on the spectrum of, you know, the UV damaging rays, I guess, if you will, that can trigger discoloration, uneven skin tone. Now, in no way is this in comparison to, like, the UVA rays and UVB rays, but it is still a consideration. And we're spending larger and larger amounts in time in front of our phones, right? Exactly. Computers, tablets, everything. So it's just on that spectrum of light that can be problematic over time.
Yeah. And there's even, I know Paula has talked about this in the past, a lot of research about what it can do to eyesight and macular degeneration.
Oh, for sure.
So there's even just other considerations to take in when it comes to blue light.
Yes.
Paula will tell you to put your cell phone on its night mode, which takes it off that blue light and puts it into a yellow light. You can Google how to do it for whichever type of phone you have. Most phones do have that mode.
And they have really cool looking like blue light glasses now. So I know some people in the office actually have purchased those and they're using them. So that's another great option if you're spending those long hours in front of the computer.
And we have a couple questions about the SPF specifically. Let's see. Is the shine of the SPF very noticeable, would you say, the glow from it?
It's noticeable, but not overly. Like,
yeah, I mean, I just put some on my hand and I don't think that that's overdone at all. It just really looks luminous and just, you know, like a brightness.
Now, if you're somebody like me with that super oily skin, the glow is enough that I don't put it all over my face because I already have that glow going on on its own with the oil. I mean, I don't want to add to that, but it's not like a disco ball glow. It's not super shimmery. It's not sparkly.
Not like a highlighter.
No, it's just that naturally healthy glow.
And can you talk about the difference between the Essential Glow and our Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid SPF 50?
Totally different textures, for one. The fluid really is much more thin, much more fluid.
And difference in actives as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the fluid is a synthetic. I think that has like...
I believe it is synthetic. And this one is mineral. And like the richness of the Essential Glow, you're getting a thicker texture than you would with the fluid. Much more hydration, I would say. The fluid does give you hydration, but it's lighter weight.
It's very lightweight. I have oily, acne-prone skin, and the fluid is my sunscreen of choice right now. So different textures, different actives, completely different products.
So would you not recommend the Essential Glow for like oily, acne-prone skin, like all over the face? Like Desiree, you have oily skin, right?
Yeah, you know, I would say for all over the face, you want to probably stick with one of our more semi-matte or lighter weight SPFs all over if you're acne prone and oily. You could, like I said, keep it to your drier areas, your under eye area. But yeah, for those really oily and acne prone skin types, I would stick more like to our super light SPF, our clear SPF, and the daily hydrating SPF.
And then with the super light SPF versus the Essential Glow, I think somebody asked what the difference is in the texture if it was a lighter weight texture than the super light.
This, I would say, is a little bit richer than the super light.
This is richer, and this just has a more, I feel like, I don't think dewy is the right feeling, but it's not dewy, but it does have a richer consistency.
Yeah.
The other one is thinner, it settles more matte, like a subtle matte finish. And that one, this has a little bit of color when you dispense it. That actually is from the ingredients, the raw materials that make up this product. The other product, the Super Light, has a tint in it really to offset the white cast, so it is a little bit different.
And the good thing about Paula's Choice is you can always buy something, and if it doesn't work for you, we have the most generous return policy, and we want to get you the products that do work for you.
Exactly.
So if you were to try any of our sunscreens and it didn't particularly work for your skin type, just know that we'll get you the right product in your hands.
For sure, yeah, whether used or not, we're happy to take it back and get you something else.
That's all I have on the SPF so far.
All right.
It's quite a popular product, as we know.
That's good. That's good.
I say let's jump to triple algae
Let's
I'm
get there,
getting
yes.
too excited. We can't wait much
I
longer. So this, we were saying earlier, we were talking about how there's been a lot of questions about whether you can mix this product with others, how to use it, and really our best piece of advice is to make this your last step before your sunscreen.
Exactly.
And the reason is that the triple algae pollution shield really and truly is forming a invisible, flexible, lightweight, breathable shield on your skin.
Just like its name indicates.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of this veil of protection. So if we think back again to pollution, that particulate matter, all of those things that are kind of settling on skin, we want to keep as much of that at bay or away as possible. I think we said when defense came out, the best offense is a good defense, right?
So if you think about that shield, it's keeping, literally, as Deb was saying, those airborne pollutants from being able to penetrate into skin, into pores where they were going to cause their damage. So it's just giving your skin that physical defense.
Yeah.
It's not a sunscreen. It's totally different than a sunscreen, but it's really helping with that. And we know that there's no 100% way that you're shielding your skin unless you put an actual mask over your head.
Exactly.
But this is just a skincare, breathable, lightweight cream that can do that. And it's from the 3 types of algae. There's a red algae, a brown algae, a green algae. There's also a fig fruit extract in here that helps with that as well. And then for whatever the shield can't block out, because like we said, nothing's 100%, and also some particles are just so tiny they're going to be able to get through. Yeah. There's also plenty of antioxidants in here. There's glutathione, there's great polyphenols with incredible research behind them for anti-pollution benefit. And just their overall ability to stop that cascade of damage and help neutralize that cascade of damage that free radicals cause.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this has a really nice texture. For people who have tried our Pore Berry serum, it's very similar to that. It's kind of a cross between a cream gel.
Yeah.
And it just absorbs into skin so quickly. And again, this would be your last step right before your sunscreen. So if you really just think of it as being that shield, that will make sense in terms of the routine.
But does it provide additional SPF protection, someone is asking?
Not in the sense of an actual SPF, but antioxidants always do help boost the efficacy of your sunscreen to a certain degree. So don't count on it for sun protection, but just know that it does help enhance that.
Yeah, they each have their own jobs to do. And so if you have, this that has all of those great antioxidants in there, that's really helping kind of ward off that free radical damage and oxidative stress. Couple that with sunscreen, you're really in a good position.
And it's also important to know that this isn't going to be pore clogging. I know when we say shield, that could be scary for somebody like me with acne-prone skin, but it really just is so lightweight, so imperceptible feeling on skin that it's not going to clog pores and just has this really nice, lightweight hydration to it as well.
Yeah, and the algae is water soluble, so it's not going to get stuck within the lining of the pores. And then once we get to this, we can talk about how that has a little bit of salicylic acid, which can help as well.
Do you recommend applying it only in the AM, or can you also apply it in the PM?
You honestly could apply it both. I would say, like for me personally, I actually just use it in the morning. I don't use it in my nighttime routine because I really am looking to get that shielding benefit out of it to protect my skin during the day when it's needing the help from all those environmental stressors.
Yeah.
But because there's antioxidants in it, you absolutely could apply it at night and it's going to help.
Yeah, I agree, totally.
Okay, this is a little bit off subject, but it's just too cute. DDumXX says, I'd like to know what the short hair lady is using. She's not wearing makeup, right? She's so naturally gorgeous.
Oh, so sweet. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. So that's like over 17 years of Paula's Choice skincare, right? And sun protection, religiously, loads of antioxidants. We actually think that you can't get too many antioxidants. And yes, I am wearing a little hint of makeup.
So what is your routine? I think that's what she wants to know.
Well, my morning routine, my primary products in the morning are skin balancing, pore reducing toner. I use our C15. I now use our triple algae pollution shield. And I use I forget the name, I'm so terrible at it.
What color is it?
I know, right? It's the light blue. It's our SPF 50.
The daily hydrating
The daily hydrating fluid, yes. SPF 50. So those are my core daytime products.
What's your favorite cleanser?
I love that.
So do I.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was a skin balancing cleanser girl for years.
Me too.
Years. Thought I would never change until that came out.
Yeah.
And I tried it and fell in love with it. I really love that switch from a gel to a creamy texture.
I
and
do
it
too.
removes everything.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice one. Any other questions before we move on?
We do have a question about the Pore Purifier, but I'll let you guys start.
Okay.
Start
Well, let's
going in
get
on
into
it.
it.
Let's go right there. That's next. So Pore Purifier, this is this came out with the original Defense line, and this really is a product. It's kind of a serum treatment sort of product that has a whole host of interesting ingredients, from salicylic acid to azelaic acid, vitamin C, and this is meant to very lightly exfoliate and brighten skin and kind of neutralize all of that pollution that we've been talking about. And so you can start to see how these are really a power duo.
Yeah. Yeah, like we said earlier, for any of those airborne pollutants that do get through the shield, something like this with the salicylic acid and with its antioxidants is going to help with any of those effects. That would help neutralize that cascade of damage. And I know it sounds hokey because it's not something you can see or feel.
Yeah, you might sometimes want to be able to see it, but it is.
But you don't. You don't want to see that on your skin.
Right.
So definitely having these types of products to fight it off in as many ways as possible. And we know just over the last 5 years how much more research has come out about anti-pollution skincare and why it's needed and why those pollutant effects really do cause this damage on skin. And to be honest, it's probably only going to get worse as the research reveals more and as our ozone gets worse.
Yeah.
So just having these different ways to fight off those environmental aggressors. We also make sure to look for antioxidants that really do have research backing them up for these specific types of pollutants.
Exactly. And I think, this is a great option. So again, if we were kind of talking about which product, when to use which, you could layer both during the day, but I really like the option of using the triple algae pollution shield during the day under your sunscreen, and then this Pore Purifier in the evening.
Yes.
And I did say exfoliation, but really that 0.5% of salicylic acid is really kind of driving those antioxidants and other ingredients deeper into the pore. So this obviously wouldn't replace like our standard exfoliants.
Right.
But
Very good point.
It's a great benefit in the product.
And if you were going to use both of them, I would say use the Pore Purifier first and then the triple algae after. Like we said, last step before your sunscreen for triple algae.
Exactly.
Do you happen to know what the pH of the Pore Purifier is off the top of your head?
I don't know it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't remember.
For our salicylic acid BHA products, we formulate between 3 and 4 typically, so I'm pretty sure it's within that range.
Somewhere in that range.
And then would these products still be beneficial even if you don't experience a very polluted environment?
Yeah, because you know what? Pollution, you may not think you're experiencing it, but you are.
It's all around us.
It's all around us. I mean, even if you think about, I actually live out in the woods. So I'm not the typical person who's getting like the city pollution, but even something as simple as, our wood burning stove inside our house.
For sure.
Or forest fires that bring that particulate matter, or your own car exhaust. There's so many things we don't see or know that are going on that it doesn't have to be in city living for you to need protection from pollutants.
For sure.
Can you talk about the difference between the Pore Purifier and the other antioxidant serums that we offer?
Yeah, so the salicylic acid is one of the key differentiators. As Deb was saying, it helps those antioxidants penetrate deeper. It does give you just a pinch of exfoliation, not enough to replace your normal exfoliant, as she said, but it also helps with the calming effect as well. Salicylic acid has these soothing properties. And then the specific antioxidants that we chose are, we have some of the old tried and true antioxidants, but also some of the more newer antioxidants with research behind them to protect from the pollutants.
Yeah, and this does, help with a little bit of dullness that can, pollution can result in dullness, uneven skin tone. And so the azelaic acid coupled with the C15, I keep saying C15 because I'm obsessed with this product and I actually need to order more. I'm on my last drop this morning. But
luckily we have a bestsellers promo going on.
Oh,
and I'm
nice.
pretty sure it's on there.
Okay, good
So
to know.
vitamin C, so azelaic acid, vitamin C, salicylic acid just really is kind of setting that apart or making it different than our other antioxidant serums.
And can using antioxidants when you're on the younger side cause any effects later on?
not negative effects.
No.
No. The only thing it's going to do is really help keep your skin looking younger longer.
Exactly. I mean, you're ahead of the game the sooner you start using them. Absolutely.
Just kind of like your diet. You can't get enough antioxidants eating, in your typical diet, and it's not bad to load up on more antioxidants, more vitamins. So the same would be true for your skincare.
Yeah.
Okay, next,
Final
finally.
product, nighttime moisturizer. I have to look at, I'm cheating.
we do have to look at product names from
take
time
a
to
peek
time.
sometime. But the nightly reconditioning moisturizer. So this is the nighttime moisturizer to the Defense line, and this has a whole host of great ingredients: wild cherry, flaxseed, and it's in this super lightweight yet hydrating formula that I really, really like. I don't use this one, but I sometimes like these lightweight moisturizers like this, especially when it's just warm and humid. In a pinch, I'll grab this to use at night.
It has a slight hint of a pink color, and that does come from the wild cherry. You can't really see it on screen, but there's a little tinge of it in there. So it's just one of the nice antioxidants to fight off those pollutants. And then again, just everything you can do to neutralize the damage that has been done during the day. This is loaded with all of those antioxidants and skin replenishing ingredients that you want to do that for. And again, all skin types, which makes it really nice as a moisturizer.
Yeah.
Would you recommend that for all skin types?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, if people need to experiment, and that's what she was talking about in terms of, we have this great return exchange policy, because everybody has different texture preferences, and that can even change during certain times of the year, but it is designed for all skin types.
Yeah.
I would say if somebody leans more dry, it might not be enough. I'm oily and acne prone, and this works fine for me too.
How is it compared to the Skin Recovery Replenishing Moisturizer?
Much lighter.
Yeah, much lighter. Skin Recovery Replenishing Moisturizer has a lot more plant oils in there, just a thicker base in general. Really, Skin Recovery is designed as a system for dry to very dry skin types.
So the other thing you can do is you can always layer. If you think you're not getting enough hydration, but you are really interested in this product, you can layer either with a booster that adds more hydration. We have our Moisture Renewal Oil Booster. We have our Hyaluronic Acid Booster. Or you could layer your moisturizers if you really want to get the different benefits of those ingredients. I know that sounds kind of extra, but some of you are extra, so you can always just play around and see what works for you.
Yeah, great point.
And then going back to the Pore Purifier, the Triple Algae, is it okay to mix with other products?
I would say this is one where you want to stick to layering instead of physically mixing it. So it's not that you can't use them in the same routine. You absolutely can. But because of the way that the shielding works, we really just want to keep this as a product that you use as your last step before sunscreen in a layer.
Exactly. Its own separate product right before sunscreen.
Okay, well, thanks so much for asking your questions.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah, that was great.
What's our topic next week, Allie? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think we're going to talk about masks.
Okay.
I don't know why. We never talk about masks.
There may be some hidden messages in there.
Yes.
And don't forget, if you guys have certain topics that you would like us to cover, write in. We'd love to know what those are.
Absolutely.
Okay, until next time, guys.
Good to see you. Take care.
Bye.